back to How To Tuesday. I was just having a little quiet time reading Men Who Knit and the Dogs That Love Them. Great read if you get a chance to pick it up. As you all know, February is beginning to wind down and March is approaching, which means spring isn't too far behind. So this week I decided maybe we should make a spring bird to herald in the warm weather that we all so desperately are waiting for.
To make your bird, you need a few items. You'll need a piece of fabric cut into a square. I've used cotton, but you can use absolutely anything that you'd like. Felt, cotton, fleece, whatever you might have around your house. And it's cut into a 6 by 6 inch square. I used my tape measure to measure that. You'll also need an embroidery needle and some embroidery floss, or a sewing needle and sewing thread. You'll need 2 wings. I used felt, but again, you can use whatever you like. 2 buttons for eyes, and some fluff to stuff your bird. To begin, take your square and fold it in half to make a triangle, just like this. Then you'll take your embroidery needle or your sewing needle, and you'll begin sewing one side of your bird. And you can use a running stitch or a whip stitch, whatever you like. Whatever you choose, you just want to make sure that your stitches are very close together. And this is important because you're going to be stuffing your bird. And you're going to stitch all the way from your beginning point up to the middle and then halfway down the other side. We're only going to sew halfway because we're going to turn your bird right side out and stuff it. I've just stitched my bird up one side and then about halfway down the other. And now it's time for me to turn this right side out. And once we turn it right side out, we'll be able to attach our eyes and our wings. To attach the wing to the bird, you'll place your wing just beyond the middle here. And we're going to be working through that opening that we left. And this is going to be our tail end. So you're going to take your needle, you're going to come through the opening and up through the wing. Now this part can be a little tricky, so if you need the help of an adult, be sure to ask. And you're going to take your needle, then you're going to come down through the wing, and then back through the middle of the bird, and then out of the tail end again. You'll do this for about 3 or 4 stitches until your wing is completely attached. I've attached both of my wings to the bird, so now we're going to put on its button eyes. To do that, we're going to try and sew both of them at the same time. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but here's what you're going to do. You're going to place one button eye on the bird, and then you're going to go underneath the button, pick up a little bit of fabric, and then pull your needle through. And then you're going to go back down through the other hole. When you go back down through the other hole, bring your needle all the way through to the other side, pick up your other button, and place it on your needle. Now, the trick to this is to make sure our buttons are facing the same way. So I have my holes going left to right here, and then I'm going to make my holes go left to right on this side. So I'm going to pull my needle all the way through, and then I'm going to go through the other hole here. Now, this is a little bit like the wing, where if it's a little tricky, you can ask a grown-up for help. And then we're going to pull through. And so now my bird's button eyes are nice and even. Now our button eyes are done, and our next step is to stuff the bird. We'll just take little tiny bits of stuffing and stuff them through our opening. And we don't want any skinny birds here, so we're going to stuff them so that he's nice and fluffy. The last thing to do on our bird is stitch his tail closed. So you're just going to take your floss and your needle, and with a quick whip stitch, you'll stitch the bottom end closed. There you have it, my friends, a hand-sewn bird created by you. Celebrate spring with us here at the Handwork Studio. Spring classes begin the week of February 27th and run through May 13th. You can join us at any time, but be sure to register soon because classes do fill up fast. You can register online at www.thehandworkstudio.com or call us here in the studio at 610-660-9600.